What's up, everybody? So today is August 12th, 2021, 7:34 a.m. Gonna do my analysis of gold and do a quick recap of the trade the other day. So, other day, as you can see, I did get stopped out and I did lose the trade. Trade, went in my direction a good ways. Went, I think it was about 100 pips or so. Really, I should have closed out, but really, I didn't. So let's see here. I got it was about 100, 115 pips or so. Really, looking back on it now, I should have closed out. 1 second here. So dropping all the way down to the M5. Really, when it broke this level here, this very minor level of resistance that it formed on the way down, I pretty much should have just got out. I mean, especially if by the time I was up here, I really should have just got out. That was really on the M1, actually, after the fact that I was doing a closer analysis to it, or on it rather. 1 second here. So yeah, when you look on the M1, right here is actually where I should have got out. When it broke above this, that would have been a potential place to get out, if not at the very most here in retrospect, which on the M5, you can see a little bit more clearly here. But nonetheless, it happens. I mean, you're not going to win every trade. So, trade went in my direction, went back, thought it was just going to retest this high, and then came back down again, and then just, went ahead and stopped me out. And then the trade continued going on up. And, yesterday I honestly just sat out, just wanted to give myself a little bit of a refresher. So now what I think is going to happen next in the position that I'm currently in as of a few hours ago. So I saw yesterday in the evening and Asian session time before London, I was noticing here that price obviously had traveled up all this way since yesterday, now retesting this level here, this daily support and resistance level I have as the 1751 mark, and it broke above it, was hovering above it around this level, again 1750, 1751. So I got into a position right around here where you can see drop down now into the M15, somewhere around here on these kind of weaked out volume, which even though it was Asian session, I understood that it was lack of volume due to the time as well. But as far as I could tell, it had broken above this level of the daily support at the 17, or daily resistance rather, the 1750, 1751 level, and then now price is kind of just hovering above this. So I entered the buy position. I set my stop below this level here, which is about 1747 or so. Give myself a little room to breathe. It's about 50 pip stop loss, or $5 of price that I set as a stop loss. And now what I'm targeting is I'm targeting this next level here that was formed on the way down. This was actually last Friday before the flash crashed. It happened 2 days later on Sunday. But I'm targeting this next level up here, about 1762. That's going to be my TP. Leaves me with about 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, about 106 pips. I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it really breaks past that, I'm going to close out part of my position, and then I'll just let the rest ride and see what happens. If I see any exhaustion, really I like to get out on stuff like this. Basically, when I see a point of exhaustion, for example, I mean, any point of exhaustion really. Here, for example, like even though this hit my TP, I saw this exhaustion was forming, so I would have just closed out anyways, even though I just set my TP on that was 130 pips. So clean, that's it. And then price, kind of started moving sideways and came back up eventually. So right now, in this position, I'm about break even. I've been a little bit in profit. Went a little bit negative. Now I'm kind of just hovering, floating sideways. We got some news coming up now. What is it actually? Yeah, initial jobless claims at 8:30. So we got that coming up. That will affect the price of gold. If the initial jobless claims is better than expected, then the price of gold will shoot down actually. So then I'm gonna get stopped out. But if the job report misses, then it might have a positive effect to the upside. To be honest with you, I haven't been trading gold for years. I'm not sure right now what the effect of the initial jobless claims has. I know that non-farm payroll and other news releases of that kind. I mean, they definitely have a great effect a lot of time. I mean, last week, you just look at it here. This was NFP last week, and it dropped. What was it? I think it was, yeah, here, 8:30. And you just see it was a max, because it was a great NFP. It surpassed expectations greatly. So you can see here when that happened, I mean, the price just dropped, 380 pips, or $38 on price. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm taking that risk. I have my stop set, so if anything does happen, I'll just get stopped out the 50 pips. Screw it. And then I'll look for, if it that's basically the scenario here. If it breaks down there, I mean, regardless news or not, what I'm looking for in my projection is if it breaks below this level here of support. Well, not this level. Sorry, this level here. This breaks below this level already. It's a pretty good indication that price is starting to continue on down. But if it really breaks, clearly below that level, which I have here, and on the smaller or the lower time frames, this other level here of support, which is really minor, but this is the main one. I mean, if it breaks here, it's most likely going to keep dropping back down, and I just gave myself some buffer there from here to here is about 30 pips, so I'm giving myself a lot of room, for it to breathe. But basically, if it breaks below this clearly, and it's down to this point, I believe it will keep coming down, and then I'll be looking for a retrace and a continue back down. But what I'm thinking, that it's going to do, based on the structure and based on the fact that it had broken above this level of resistance, it was testing this level of resistance and broke above it. I was expecting for it to come up to at least about this level here, and then see what happens from there. Basically, if it respects that level, keeps going up, or if it rejects that level and goes back down. So we'll see. But that's my projection. That's what I think is going to happen. So I will give you guys an update tomorrow and do the final analysis to wrap up the week tomorrow on Friday. So have a great day, guys. Go out and make plenty of profits, and see you tomorrow.